Good morning, guys. It's Rich over at Mr. Guns Firearms right here in Cave Creek, Arizona. It's been a while since I've talked to you all. I wanted to come back with some more NFA information because, that's what I do. That's what my series was all about. And I was trying to share with you guys the difficulties that I had been dealing with as a dealer with my customers and submissions, paperwork, eForms website, etc. And well, some of that had sort of resolved itself and some of it has not. So here I am. It's May 7th and we are still dealing with some internal problems. Now, as many of you may know, they have added 34 new rules that they're slowly going to roll out for the NFA by the ATF, well, ATF and the NFA. And we're hoping the NFA stuff will roll along soon, but there are other problems that still exist that have not been addressed. One of those being the eForms website, which continues to struggle due to its, I want to say, antiquated computer systems, right? So for those of you who've been on eForms before and you go through the fields and you fill out a Form 1 or a Form 2 if you're a dealer, or a Form 4 if you're a dealer working with your customer, there are still challenges that pop up during the process that have no explanation, okay? From January 1st is when I started sharing this series with you guys, and I've had my regular customers come through, and we've done submissions, and sometimes something takes 4 hours, and then sometimes you have to do it repeatedly to get it to take the submission. You have to, try again, correct the information, whatever. And some of that has not changed. I am a dealer, and I've shared this with you before in some of the other videos that I've made. I have a dealer profile and I have a personal profile. Recently, I have not been able to submit from my dealer account to my personal account a Form 4, which is an application for a suppressor, an SBR, or an AOW, and it is incredibly frustrating because there's no explanation for you when you're going through this process as to why the system is telling you, for instance, when you go to this, you get all the way through the paperwork and you get to the certification point and it says, the username and PIN number do not match the person in the transferees portion of the paperwork. You're like, okay, first of all, it's me. I'm the dealer. Now, if it's somebody else like a customer, I can understand where they could possibly have made a mistake, but I deal with doctors, I deal with attorneys, I deal with engineers, and these are the people that are having the problem. So it's not that they put in the wrong information. It's that the system doesn't recognize them. Now, so what does that do? You get on the phone, you call NFA and say, hey, I'm trying to put in an application for a suppressor. It says it doesn't recognize me as being the transferee, and I'm a dealer, and this is my information. They don't want to know any of that. They don't care. Oh, sorry, sir. All we can do is recommend that you send an email. An email to who? You're going to send an email to blah, blah, blah. Okay, thank you. Get off the phone. Now, what does that tell you right there? Why do they have a phone number? If you can call the phone number and the phone number doesn't help you, why is there a phone number? Create an email. I'm having problems doing this. What's the eForms ID number? In the top of the form, when you fill it out, there's a little, I want to say it's probably like 7 or 8 digit number. You tell them that number. Now, mind you, this is taking time, right? We're going back and forth. We're trading emails. I'm calling them up. I've got multiple people this is happening with. 3 guys already. 3 guys, one of them being me. Go and I send the email, get the email back. The email says, your information doesn't match. Yes, it does. I've gone in, I've reset the PIN, I've confirmed it with my username, I've confirmed everything you could possibly confirm under my user ID. Why isn't it working? they blame it on you. You're doing something wrong. Go back and check. Send an email. Ask FAQ. Use Ask the Experts. Hey, listen, how much time should I have to spend on this? Now, here's what I'm getting at, all right? One of my customers is a big time. He is the Second Amendment editor for a huge news organization. Very conservative news organization. He just met with the new director of the ATF the other day. And he's bringing stuff up. He asked me for some bullet points. He brought that up. When are they going to change it? Why is it the way it is? And I'm going to tell you, and this is my personal opinion, they don't want it to change. That's exactly why it sucks. Because if they wanted it to change, they would call up Oracle, who probably runs about 90% of the Pentagon and is on a hundreds of billions of dollar contract with the government, and then we go, hey, tie this into one of your servers so we can run this crap and these people can get their crap done. Well, since they've eliminated the tax stamp, what's the motivation to do that? No money. No more money that they can squeeze out of you to blow. So apparently yesterday, the first rule got rolled out. And that is you do not have to submit to local law enforcement anymore. And I shared this with an Instagram post and a short reel that I put on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. And it said, why, first of all, why do I have to tell local law enforcement what I'm doing? It's kind of none of your business, right? So if I Form 1 something in SBR, or I Form 4 something for somebody, and that information gets sent to local law enforcement, what are they going to do with it? You're going to tell me that they're hosting all of that information? Because you have to send it to them in paper form. And I shared this on my reel. I called up Maricopa County Sheriffs and I said, hey, the ATF requires me to send you paperwork for an individual's Form 4 that I just submitted and was approved. Who do I send it to? What are you talking about, sir? I tell her the same thing again. Let me transfer you to somebody. Transfer me to somebody, get the elevator music, get to the second person, go through the same explanation. Sir, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who you need to speak to. Let me transfer you to somebody else. Elevator music, on hold for 5 minutes. I have a shop full of crap and people that walk through the door. Elevator music. Person answers the phone. I go through the same explanation. Sir, I'm not sure who you should send it to. So you know what I did? Hung up. And every time I did one of those submissions, you know where I sent it? 550 West Jackson, Phoenix, Arizona, 85003. You know what that is? That's the headquarters to the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department. I did my part. Now, they reported, since they made this rule change, that they made the rule change because it costs $11 million a year, which I think is not anywhere close to what it costs, for local law enforcement to manage all this paperwork crap. And they ain't going to look for nobody. They're not going to your house to make sure you have the crap because they can't. That's rule number 1 they rolled out. Let's see what effect that has on anything. How about rule number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 37? How about let us do what we keep telling you to do? Well, no, they don't do it that way. What we tell you we want you to do. No, they don't do it that way. They post it up and they say, hey, do you want to respond to this? What are your thoughts? My thoughts are stay out of my business. We don't want people to have unregulated machine guns. Silencers are not being used all over the country to kill people at will. Like, it's all a big control deal. So that's my NFA update. They're going to continue to be spicy. We got plenty of guns going out the door legally. If you want something, we'll get it for you. I am a gun shop. Welcome. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bad_shooters at YouTube is our channel. And on Instagram, I'm Mr. Guns_CC. Follow us, like and subscribe, share with your friends. Thanks for watching.